Welcome back to the Join FDNY Podcast. My name is Captain Randy Lee, and again, guest of honor, as always, Captain Cefoli from the FDNY Health and Fitness Unit. Welcome back.
Thank you. Pleasure to be back.
So, just so our listeners know exactly what your unit is about, just give them a quick rundown.
So our Health and Fitness Unit is responsible for taking our candidates, bringing them through probie school, and getting them out in the best shape that they can possibly be so they can be an asset to the field.
Fantastic. So, luckily, we have a product of your program, what is the award that he received?
Fitness Award winner.
Fitness Award winner.
Right. It's one of the highest honors you can get besides valedictorian and salutatorian.
Right.
So those are the top three positions you want to be in at the end of probie school.
And what's the super benefit?
You get a choice of placement by achieving that, right?
That's
Hard
awesome.
work pays off.
It does. So let's see our conversation with this fine gentleman.
So today we're going to be covering your journey to be the Fitness Award winner. It's one of the top awards we give in the Fire Academy, right? And we're just going to give a little background on your preparation and your background and how you got to the Fire Academy.
My name is Firefighter Tyrin Torres. I work in Ladder 123 in Brooklyn. I also grew up in Brooklyn, Coney Island. Huge family. I had 10 brothers, 5 sisters. We all grew up in the same apartment, 16 of us. So I want to say I was getting ready for the fire department from the beginning because everything was a competition in my house growing up, and that's how I took the academy. I wanted to win, whatever it was. I wanted to win. So
It's a great mindset.
yeah, I had my own workout that I was using to prepare myself to get to the fire department, but I went to a fitness award winners program, and the first time I went, I didn't want to go back. It was totally different from what I was doing at home. And
So, Tyron, can you go into a little deeper on what the changes were, like from what you were doing, and then what you learned in the fitness awareness program that we provide as a way to kind of get structured a little better to prepare?
So for myself, I would say just focusing on one thing. Like I want to say mass more. Like I was with push-ups, pull-ups, dips. Really no jogging. I didn't have no set. It was just I'd go till I feel like it. I didn't really push myself. And with the fitness awareness program, they force you to push yourself. It's like, no, you're not done yet. You gotta go again. You're not done. So yeah, that's a major push, and it's a major help.
So as far as the fitness awareness program, when we do our weekly workouts, you're getting a look into probie school and what's to be expected, right? So if you're not doing something like that currently, you get to adapt that to your program. Did you find that was helpful in terms of how you transitioned from your normal status quo, I'm working out my way, versus what I need to really do to get ready for probationary firefighter school?
Yes, because when I went to the fitness awareness program, we did a routine where we jogged for a minute, and then we had to run full speed for 30 seconds. And we did that for like 20 minutes. And they was like, this is just a taste. This is just the beginning. Like, when you get to probie school, it's going to be way longer than this. And I was like, oh, I got to change up. So I came to more of the fitness awareness programs, and every time I took something with me, and I made sure I did that moving forward. And it made probie school much easier. And it still wasn't easy.
That's the point of probie school sometimes, right? So now that you're out of probie school, now you're out there. And where are you at now?
Ladder 123.
Ladder 123? All right, big ups on Ladder 123. How are you upkeeping your physical fitness now that you're out?
Well, in the house, they're very big on drilling and working out. Okay. So they got a thing on the board where they go through a program. I guess like one of the chiefs made it before he left, and they still go with that program. They had me doing that too, and it's like it's the same thing. It's like, wow, I gotta revalue myself and switch it up. So they keep me going. They keep me motivated over there.
That's good. It's nice to have that support, right? That's very good.
100%. That place is near and dear to my heart. I came from 234 as a fireman, and I believe you're talking about Battalion Chief Chris Ty.
Yes.
Right, and he's a very functional, fit guy, right? And and he definitely impacted that firehouse and changed some of the guys' mentality, right, to adapt to what we need to do on the fire ground. So again, we're not one-trick ponies. We like to mix it up, but again, having that guidance and having your firehouse support that, especially as a young firefighter, is super important. Because a lot of times we see the change in where you're coming out of the fire academy at your top or peak performance, and then you get to the firehouse and it's almost sometimes a downward trend, right? Because you're kind of adjusting to that new schedule and the work rotations and the overnights and things like that. So that can definitely cause an impact. So it's nice that the firehouse actually supports the continuation of that, because it is a part of our profession is to stay ready to go, right? No matter what.
And so a lot of our viewers and listeners are going to be people who want to join the fire department. So you won the award, you're the top tier, you're the top dog. What advice can you give them?
I would say the key is definitely make the fitness awareness program so you could get a look into what you're going to go through in Proby school, because it's a difference from the workout that normal people normally do. It's a whole difference, and you could work out, but if you don't work out in a certain way, it won't benefit you. So sure. The fitness awareness program is definitely something that I would say go to. Even if you don't go every time, try to make as many appointments as you can there.
So Firefighter Torres, he really put in the work, huh?
Absolutely. And just from what he spoke on earlier, your preparation is super important, but understanding how to get prepared is also super valuable. The programs that the fire department offers are there for that awareness level, right? Okay, what am I doing wrong, or what do I need to be doing to prepare myself to get in this academy correctly?
We stopped by your neck of the woods at the Rock to visit the FDNY Health and Fitness Unit.
Right.
We did some filming with you. So why don't we get a little intro from you about what we got?
Great. So we got some clips from a few of my staff members, lieutenants that work in our unit, and we covered a couple of topics that have come up over the last few classes as we're noticing issues with the candidates coming through, because we like to be ongoingly providing better resources. So one of the topics that is going to be discussed is breath work and how breathing can help with anxiety and stress. Another topic is the nutrition, which is really important, and we stress it a ton, especially myself and my staff can attest to that, of how much I kind of address this topic with the candidates, and meal prepping, making sure you're getting enough of your nutrition and your calorie intake for the academy and the workload that you can have there. And then also movement patterns and issues in the body that we see kind of all the time. And we have a little segment on that as well.
Cool. All right, so who are we seeing first? This is the breathing?
Right, so first up we'll have Lieutenant Anthony Simoncini.
Okay.
He's an instructor in the unit from Ladder 5, and he's going to go into the breathing and the breath work.
All right, let's check it out.
Basically a technique that I'm going to share with you that's used commonly by Navy SEALs called box breathing. What we can do there is that we're going to go 4 to 5 seconds. We'll inhale 4 to 5 seconds, count it. Try not to have your mind wander and think about other things. So we'll breathe in for 4 to 5 seconds. We'll retain that breath for 4 to 5 seconds. We'll then exhale for 4 to 5 seconds and retain for 4 to 5 seconds, and just repeat the process. What we're doing here is we're going to lower the heart rate, which in turn will increase mental acuity, and then in turn give you the ability to perform physically. It'll also give you the ability to relax. Basically, so the ultimate goal of this technique would be to lower your baseline level of relaxation, or homeostasis would be a more technical word for it.
That was some good information on breathing and exercise anxiety. Who do we have next?
So up next is Lieutenant Mark Hambury. He's a new member to the unit from Engine 43. And he's going to be covering nutrition and healthy eating habits for our candidates.
I'm all about eating. Let's take a look.
Absolutely.
What we've seen in Proby school is people with poor nutrition really aren't going to recover as much. They're going to have a hard time. You're also going to be more susceptible to sickness and illness as these long days fatigue you, all right? If your nutrition's not on, it's going to affect every area. It's going to affect you physically, affect you mentally, affect you in the classroom. So we'd really like to see you get in a good habit of meal prepping early, right? Shopping for foods the day before, for the week, So if you start that habit now, they'll carry over into Proby school. When you shop at the supermarket, we want to stick to the outside edges of the supermarket, not the aisles, right? The aisles are going to be your processed foods, your boxed foods. Most of those are pretty bad. Nutrition doesn't have to be super complicated. You don't have to count your macros, you don't have to count your calories right now. But if we stick to lean meats, fruits, vegetables, good carbs like your potatoes, sweet potatoes, stay away from the boxed stuff, again, processed stuff, sugary foods, fried foods. Just keep it really simple. Just learn to get in that good habit. Maybe put some all good stuff in your fridge so you're ready for the next day, so you're ready to go. This is going to carry over into your performance, more than you know. Physically getting through those long days, mentally sitting through the classroom, studying, and especially with your recovery and sleep.
That was a nice segment from Hanbury. New to the unit, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, he might be a keeper. All right, who's next?
All right, so up next we have Lieutenant Adrian Caban from Engine 1, and he's going to go through a little bit of the body issues that we see in the Academy.
All right, let's take a look.
Today I'll show you 3 movements that'll help you increase your range of motion. The first movement is going to be a glute stretch. I'm going to go against the wall, put my hips as close to the wall as comfortable, okay? I'll be stretching my left leg, so my right leg's on the wall, 90-degree angle. I'm going to cross my opposite leg over and just relax. I'm going to let gravity pull my hips down and stretch my left glute in the process. The next movement, we'll do a plank into a downward dog. We'll start at the top of a push-up position, okay? Hands stacked under my shoulders, feet slightly apart, okay? Now I'm gonna push my shoulder weights down and towards my glutes as I pull my heels to the floor and push my head through my arms. At the top, I'm gonna hold this position and then I'll return to neutral in that plank position. That's a good movement for shoulder mobility. The next movement is a hip flexor stretch. I'm going to take a staggered stance. My front leg's pointed forward, back leg canted out to the side at an angle. Okay, hips neutral. I'm going to raise my arm and contract my glutes. And that will release my hip flexor.
Those were actually really, really good videos. Hopefully we can get you guys to make some more of them for future segments. I appreciate the information, but yeah, we have to make more of those.
Yeah, listen, our goal is to get the best information out there. We have a few classes left on this list, and we have a new list coming down the road. So we're trying to regularly make a good push and get the best information out there to all candidates so they have the best chance of success in the Academy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to go about it. Now, just in case you missed it, one of our last episodes, we interviewed some Medal Day winners. Mm-hmm. We had Stefan Douglas and Belvan Kurantang. Did you happen to catch it?
I did, and I also had them in Pro School.
They went through your program?
Absolutely.
That's great. Let's talk about your Medal Day winners then. How did you get your medal? What was the assignment?
I was off duty. I pretty much got, I was driving, so we're going to pull up to my house, and ended up seeing black smoke pumping out the rear of one of the neighbors' houses, and I just got straight to action. The difference about my save is it was off duty, and I had an SCBA in my trunk from prior career days I used as a prop.
He's a sick buff.
Yeah.
So I used it as a prop, and I was able to think fast. I got to use the SCBA. I went around the rear of the house. I was fighting the fire with a garden hose, and I ended up hearing a little girl crying. I made a left-hand search. I got her out and continued fighting the fire until Ladder 159 came. They got the mother out. Unfortunately, she passed, and that was pretty much the job, though. The little girl survived.
And you decided to go out a window, essentially. Was
Yeah.
it the roof or the window?
It was the window.
Okay.
What are you doing hanging out of windows? Firefighters hang out of windows? I'm sure you have to tell some stories about this. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about what happened. How did you wind up hanging out of this window? What happened?
So I was second due roof, and I was assigned to ladder 16 for the year rotation, and we got a call for fire that people were strapped. So for me, the roof position is my responsibility. Second due roof is my responsibility to carry the life-saving rope with me. So then I did my job that I was supposed to do. My whole company, we went to the floor above. Fire was on 20F. We went to 21, and then we set up the rope, and then I went out the window.
So what do you think is one of the most important things that you would tell someone who's wanting to join the FDNY?
One thing I would say for someone joining the FDNY is to stay in good physical health and condition. I think physical conditioning is probably one of the most important things on this job.
100%.
A fire doesn't care about your race, your height, your weight, how good condition you are. So you have to take control of the things that you can take control of.
That's a great story from these guys, and you gotta admit, it could be based on your training that you're giving them.
Well, we're part of the puzzle.
Giving them all the tools, right?
as many tools as we can.
It's always great having you over here, and
appreciate it.
hopefully you'll be back soon with some more training tip videos.
You can count on it.
All right, we'll see you on the next
All
one.
right,
Thank you.
thank you. Appreciate it.